One is confirmed tornado, one is not confirmed, like just rotation. Okay, there's that. I'm going to be on in just a second. Okay. We are about to do a cut in, and all right, go ahead. Good evening, everyone. Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins for Channel 8 News. We have a couple of tornado warnings, and they're in two different spots. One you can see is a pink shade. That means it's been confirmed. That's for Clay, Webster, and Adams County. A funnel cloud was reported over Roseland, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour, and then off to the north of Grand Island. That's a tornado warning for northwestern Greeley and northeastern Valley County until 8:15. This is for a radar indicated rotation, and this one goes until 8:15. So we're going to zoom in on a couple of different spots here and kind of go through the motions and let you know exactly what's going on. We do have it's rare that there's two different tornado warnings from just two clusters of storms, but they have been exhibiting rotation, and we'll zoom in on this one just north and east of Blue Hill. And let's put this into a velocity mode. And this, I mean, that's right next to the radar. That radar site is Blue Hill. And so it's going to be a little difficult to pick up on the wind velocity. It's like it's right on top of the station, so it's difficult when it's near the cone of silence, where the radar is unable to pick up everything that it normally does when the storm is further away. So just an interesting setup. But like I said, this one is confirmed, and that tornado warning is for, it goes until 8 p.m. for Clay, Webster, and Adams County because a funnel cloud was reported over Roseland. And there's, you can see Roseland is this area right here, and now it looks like the bulk of the storm might be in this area right there. So it's a little difficult to see, especially when there's no clear cut rotation signature being seen. But that's not the case with this one over here. This one's been exhibiting classic signs of rotation, which is why it's tornado warned, so it makes sense. Let's see, we'll do a different velocity on that one. You can see this area right in here near Noble. It does have a little bit of rotation. We'll try a different radar. Yeah, that one also showing clear signs. You got the green right there and the red right next to it. So this is definitely some rotation going on with that one. So let's see, we've got information popped up here for you. Greeley and Valley until 8:15. This is thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado located 8 miles west of Erickson or 12 miles northeast of Ord, moving southeast at 15 miles per hour. So this is obviously a slow moving storm. In fact, we'll put a the track on it, 15 miles, Mount Hope School and Glendale School. So really not a whole lot going on in the way of this storm with towns or cities, but a couple of schools are in the path of this possible tornado. Now again, these are this one is radar indicated, so nothing confirmed yet, but I will keep a close eye on. Let's see, I'm going to look and see what the National Weather Service is saying right now. Doesn't sound like there's still any reports of tornado on the ground near that Noble area. But let's, I'm going to zoom back out. This one confirmed. Using a different radar. Let's see. This is the Omaha radar. You can see a little rotation there, sure. Right in this area right here, this brighter green next to some darker greens. When you use and this one's when you use a different radar that's further away, it's picking up the storm higher in the storm itself, not near the surface. So there could be rotation in the upper levels of the atmosphere, whereas closer, you may not see it. But let's see what the latest information is from the National Weather Service on this. Adams, Clay, and Webster until 8 p.m., so about 20 minutes left on this. Funnel cloud reported over Roseland, moving southeast at 25 miles per hour. So nothing new from the National Weather Service out of Hastings. Let's see. Just looking for new information, and sometimes it's slow to get in here, but we have every possible manner of finding out on my screens right now. So if we see anything, we'll make sure you know what's going on. We'll put this back into a normal radar mode and put it into a loop so you can kind of see what's happening with this. Yeah, that's you can kind of see there was I'm going to slow this down, and it's like two storms converging. So you have this storm right here running into this storm right here, and likely that is giving you kind of a spin like that. And because of that, there was likely a funnel cloud that was produced. So that's the information that we have from the National Weather Service, is because of a funnel cloud was reported over Roseland. Now this particular storm is moving southeast around 25 miles per hour. Let me put it back into loop mode here. I'm going to use a different radar. There we go. So likely what is being seen is this kind of this area right in here, because you got the storm right there. That's likely some nickel to quarter size hail. Then you got these two little isolated storms here near Blue Hill, and then you got this clear part right here. So I think what's happening is those two parts of the storm kind of merging and just throwing a little spin into this storm. And you can't really see it with the radar, but it makes sense that this, like this, would be what you're seeing, creating that funnel cloud. Now, from the National Weather Service, looks like some lowering of the clouds. And like that funnel cloud might have been short-lived, so if I don't hear anything or see anything new, we may send you back to programming. But with a confirmed funnel cloud, I hate to send it back too fast. And again, we're seeing 2 tornado warnings. So if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. And B, we've got 2 tornado warnings: southwestern Clay, northeastern Webster, and southeastern Adams. That goes until 8 p.m. Now that's because of a funnel cloud. That's because that's for this storm right there. And then this one right here, that's a tornado warning for Greeley and Valley until 8:15. This is radar indicated, not seeing any indication that there is a tornado on the ground from this one. But this one, they're both from the National Weather Service out of Hastings, so they're kind of watching two different storms at the same time. And yeah, not seeing any reports of a tornado on the ground for that one in north central Nebraska for that radar indicated rotation in Greeley and Valley. So that's the good news. But we do have two tornado warnings. So let's see. Let me get rid of all these circles. And let's see. Okay, so we'll kind of reset here. And I'm going to pull up a different radar. These happen fairly quickly. These were isolated storms. Okay, so this is more of a real-time radar. I wanted to pull up this other radar just to kind of give you an idea of a better look at a live, up-to-date radar set. So this is, there's your radar loops. So they're off and running, and these storms popped up. They've been out there for a good portion of the evening, and I think they ran into a frontal boundary that gave them a little spin, and now they're tornado warned. So we'll kind of run through these here real quick. And this one right here, just south of Hastings, that's for Adams, Clay, and Webster until 8 p.m. This one had a funnel cloud reported. So that's the tornado warning that is kind of a pinkish color. That means there's an actual tornado or funnel cloud has been reported. And then this one off to the north, that's for Greeley and Valley until 8:15. So I'm not seeing any new information. So that's good news. Usually when it's daytime and we can see out and about, we get information quickly, but I'm not seeing any new information. So let's go. We have one camera kind of in this area. This is the Aurora camera. I'm going to move it around a little bit and see what we can see. It's pointed southeast right now, but let me move it around and let's see if we can take a look at these storms. So there's the one. That's the top of that one storm that's in Clay, Webster, and Adams County. So that's that storm. And that's a good-looking storm right there. Look at that. You can see the top of it, the anvil, everything associated with that storm. Let me move it down just a little bit so you can see the top of it. Okay, now let's look at the one in north central Nebraska. There's the sun going down, and that one's pretty far away as well. So, well, we're right in the middle of it with this camera, that's for sure. Let's see. Okay, we'll go back to the radar. And we'll zoom in. That's not really what I wanted to do. So if you're just joining us, we are looking at a couple of different severe thunderstorm warnings and a couple of different tornado warnings. The latest tornado warning for northwestern Greeley and northeastern Valley County, this goes until 8:15 p.m. This is because of radar indicated rotation. That's that storm just south of O'Neill there. Then just south of Grand Island, this one had a funnel cloud that was reported with it, so that's why it's kind of a pinkish color. And this is moving southeast at around 15 to 25 miles per hour. The funnel cloud was reported near Roseland, and that was at 7:20. So that was 25 minutes ago. So still watching these really closely. We'll zoom in on this one. We'll just kind of check it out real quick and see if there's any kind of velocity telling us what's happening. And there is, just a little bit. Let me get a different one here. That's still got some rotation in it. So you see how it's turning red here, green here, a little brighter green. That's just the latest. This is good. This just happened, just an update. Not as tight of a rotation. There's still a little bit of rotation is associated with that, but from what I've seen from the National Weather Service, haven't seen or heard of anything on the ground as of yet. So a little bit of good news there. Now let's go back over to this one. And this one a little bit harder to see. That blue hill, that's where the radar is. So this is right next to where that radar is. We'll check a couple of different velocities here. That's the Grand Island one. This one's likely not going to show us much. Looks like I froze up. There we go. We'll do so this is the Omaha one. Boy, it's just kind of in a weird spot. Okay, not going to be able to see anything with all of that. A lot of lightning associated with this. The storm is moving south and east, and yeah, I'm not seeing any new information. But I'm watching closely. So we're going to send it back to programming and kind of gather some new information, some of the latest data. These storms seem to be moving quickly out of the warned areas. So one more time, a tornado warning in place for Clay, Webster, and Adams until 8 p.m. and a tornado warning for Greeley and Valley until 8:15. So I'm going to do my due diligence, make sure I'm not missing anything, and if there's more that needs to be told, I will break back into programming. So please keep it tuned to Channel 8. We'll keep you up to date. Okay, so everybody's so you guys want to know about Lincoln? Is that what you're telling me here? I know, that's where everybody's at, so I get it. But right now everything is over by southeast of Hastings and west of Columbus. So Lincoln is in the clear for now, and it looks like most of this is going to hopefully die off by the time the sun goes down, which is about an hour away. But something to keep track of. Now let's see. Okay. Let's see. Let's get rid of that. What about Grand Island? Will the storm make it there? Well, that's possible. Always have a way to be updated. It seems like these storms started more southeast than expected. No. That's everybody has a chance for storms, and the entire state had a chance. The best chance was northeast Nebraska, but everybody had a chance. Red is radar indicated. Pink warning means reported funnel. That's right. Oh yeah. Sorry, Jim. I'm just getting caught up here. I was on TV for a second, but yeah, the pink one means that it's a confirmed tornado warning. One has been cited. That was the funnel cloud, and then when it's just red, that means it's radar indicated. So you see rotation on the radar. These storms I think they're moving a little faster than the National Weather Service thought. It's almost completely out of that one that's pink. Let's see. So yeah, that's moving fast. Boy, it just kind of collided with that other storm. That was weird. So that tornado, yeah, I wanted to do this. I wasn't expecting to do any cut-ins or anything tonight. This, these kind of blew up fairly quick. Let me get this back here. That's what I wanted. So let's do that. Do this. All right. Hi. So this warning. Radar indicated rotation at 7:28, so this hasn't been updated for a while, so there's just probably no new information. In fact, it's still iffy. I mean, look at that. You got red pushing its way into the green, and then you've got these lighter green colors here. That's always indicative of at least some rotation. So rightfully so that's warned. I wonder if it'll continue a little further south, because that's Garfield. It might make it into, let me see. Yeah, I bet Valley. Wait a minute, hang on. I hate it when I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. Yeah, Valley and Greeley. So that's Valley. I wonder if they might extend it for Valley and Greeley. It's not picking up; it's just continuing to move. I think it was moving a little faster than the National Weather Service thought. But is it picking up pace? Maybe a little bit. This one's difficult because you've got a tornado warned storm right next to. That's the radar site. And radars, you have to get away from the radar for it to pick it up correctly. So wherever you want to storm, my birthday was fine, thanks. No time for that, my friend. We've got tornado warnings to go. So you need, if you ever want a radar, like to look over a city, like if we had one when I worked at the other place right in Lincoln. Well, it didn't work very well when there was a storm right over Lincoln. So if you want a radar site, they put it in kind of in the middle of nowhere, so that it picks up other cities. And and every now and then a storm goes right over the top of the radar, and that's what's happening right now. I'm gonna try a different radar site though. Let's do the North Platte one. Boy, that's far away. So it'd be nice if that's good rotation, but it's so far away. That's the North Platte radar picking that up. Wouldn't it be nice though if we could get money from the government to build more radar sites? I mean, why don't we do that? I mean, there's one in south of Hastings. Here, let me show you where they're at. There's one here, obviously one there, and there's one there, and there's one up here, and then there's one. So I mean, they're spread out so that they pick up everything. But how nice would it be to have more more radar sites? I mean, more is always good when it comes to radar sites. Okay, let me get back to this. So that tornado warned storm. So we have 5 minutes left on one of these. This one goes until 8 p.m. So this one's just about done. See see what the National Weather Service is saying, if they're going to reissue. Yeah, their National Weather Service is talking about how the storm's right over their radar, so it's hard for them to do stuff. Okay, so nothing new. Tornadoes can form anytime during a storm, but did they expect this tonight? Do you mean me or they? Because am I they? Yeah. Whenever there is severe thunderstorms, there's always a threat for tornadoes. I mean, it can be really low, and there's times that it's higher, but there's always a chance for tornadoes. And yes, there was. In fact, let me see. I can show you. Yeah, they did expect this. I'll show you, or at least the potential. 1 second. I got a lot of graphics to go through here. Here we go. So earlier, this is a tornado threat for tonight. Earlier, this kind of stretched all the way down like that. So the chance was there. It's now since pushed up to the north because that's where the higher risk is at. But yeah, it was down there for earlier this afternoon. They're like, yeah, there's at least a 2% chance. And this wasn't your typical reason for tornado warnings. This is just a severe thunderstorm warning that bumped into a boundary layer and spun up. So kind of an odd situation going on. All right. Well, nobody's called, so that's a plus.
Trey is supposed to come back here at 8 and record some stuff.
I'm on live for YouTube in case. No big deal. Just want to let you know so you don't start swearing or something.
Sure. Do you want me to tell him to postpone to tomorrow?
Who's Trey?
He's the intern.
Oh, what's he going to record?
He's going to do something at the desk and then something at sports.
What time?
At 8 o'clock.
Like right now?
Yeah. 8:15. So.
Yeah, I mean, we have tornado warnings going on, so I'd almost prefer not to do something right now.
Yeah. Sure.
This warning does go until 8:15. So let's hold off until 8:15. Thank you.
No problem.
All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, this always tires me out. Looks like that one storm is moving out of that tornado warning box between Cedar Rapids and Burwell, and same goes for the one near Blue Hill. So I'm guessing these will be allowed to expire if not canceled. Especially the one that goes until 8:15. The one that goes until 8:15 is that Greeley and Valley one, and the storm's basically out of that watch box. So moving a little quicker than when it was initially warned. Or is 281 following the storm? Yeah, and that's it is following 281, but the one near Hastings is not. If there's a road there, I mean, they eventually, follow some sort of road. There's enough of them out there. Oh, cool. Anybody have any questions, comments? Not seeing anything new from the National Weather Service. New severe thunderstorm warning. Yep. So that storm that was a severe thunderstorm, or was a tornado warning, is now a severe thunderstorm warning, and they canceled the one, or that one 8 o'clock is done. But that's a warning here in just a second. Look, you see how fast that one blew up? Look at this, right there. Ooh. That popped up fast, or built back up fast, I should say. Yeah, that's going to be some big hail right there. Is there an old myth that storms follow highways? There's myths about everything. My favorite one is, that just makes zero sense to me, is after the first snow, count the bunny tracks, and however many footprints you can find from in the snow is how many snows you'll have that year. Someone swore by it, and I'm like, that doesn't even make sense. Don't bring that one up. The following highways, that one has roots all the way back to when Interstate 80 was built. All of a sudden, you got all of these people talking about tornadoes that they saw along Interstate 80, and they blamed the interstate with the cars going by. And keep in mind, these cars weren't going by that fast, but they thought it was because of the cars they were spinning up tornadoes because they were going so fast. Well, it turns out there's just always tornadoes that are in that area. So when you get people in areas where there's storms, more people see those storms. And Paige is right. Every single town or city that I've ever worked in thinks they're protected by something. So Marno, there is no such thing, and there just isn't. It's not a thing. I know you hear it all the time. That's because people talk about it, but it's not a thing. It just isn't. I'm surprised that's not severe. So the tornado warning was canceled. Dime-size hail in Nuckolls County. Yeah, okay, that's good, Marno, as long as you understand. My fear is that if somebody hears about that thing and they think they're safe, and then a tornado goes through their town, and then somebody gets killed, I would never be able to forgive myself. So I will not talk about that. Seems like they always get to Hebron or Chester. Yeah, so there's one severe thunderstorm warning right now, and it looks weaker than that one that's over by Highway 36. Be interesting to see what happens with this. I should tell my son I'm on here. He likes this stuff. I will snap him that I'm doing this. I wasn't planning on doing a YouTube tonight. I really wasn't. This was, I thought about it, but there's 2 storms, and they were just, quarter-size hail, 1.5 inch size hail. Does my son want to be a meteorologist? I'm talking him out of it every day. He likes the YouTube side of it, so no, just listening to his mom and me, I don't think he'll be anywhere close to television ever. Yeah, I don't know what my son's gonna do. I really don't. Well, yeah, every now and then I get that picture of him and I at that Weatherfest, which doesn't seem that long ago. But then I look at him now and then look at that picture. It's like, geez, where'd the time go? It looks like that storm north of Grand Island is weakening a little bit, while that storm south of Hastings seems to be on the stronger side. Kind of interested to see how much wind that has. Let's look. Yeah, I'm a little surprised by it too, but it could just be really heavy rain. Yeah, there's people are asking about it. I have a direct line to the National Weather Service here, and we kind of chat amongst ourselves. And people are like, is that storm near Blue Hill going to be severely warned, or what's happening here? So they're asking. We'll see what they say here in a second. Oh, wait. Okay, let's look at... Because, I mean, that's what it looks like. I think what's happening here is it's actually not as bad as it looks with that other... Yeah, this is probably it. What happens is this thing is so close to the actual radar that we're using ones further away, and that radar is like picking up the storm like halfway up. So there's big hail in there, but by the time it gets near the surface, the hail it melts or gets knocked apart or what, and it's not big enough to be severe. So now that it's far enough away, it doesn't actually look as bad. But if I do it like all the radars, here, let me put all of them on. This is what it looks like with all. That looks massive, right? But the one radar that is the Blue Hill one doesn't really look that bad because that's right next to the surface. So that's a better look at that storm. And that doesn't, I mean, it's close, don't get me wrong, but it might not be quite there yet. And maybe they're waiting to see what they should do. Interesting. Just a fascinating storm. Nothing going on over by Lincoln. There's that storm. This one's weakening fast. Yeah, that's got to be it, because right now that's utilizing the radar from Omaha. So it's looking higher up in the storm where there's always hail. I mean, it's cold up there. That's just so cool. It's still, I mean, you look at this area right here, easily could be severe. Looking through my social media to make sure I didn't miss any. No. Everybody's asking about Lincoln. Like was in Lincoln and Lincoln and Lincoln? Boy, if it's around Lincoln though. Somebody called me Dusty on Twitter. Love it when that happens. Still a slight risk for northeast Nebraska too. Storm Prediction Center just issued that. See, look at that. You can even see this boundary. This right here. Why isn't it writing? Jeez. Oh, I think my computer froze up again. Yeah, I know. I get called Dusty and Randy a lot. 'Cause Rusty's just too weird, I guess. Oh, there we go. Oh, there they go. They finally warned it. There it is. Severe thunderstorm warning for 2-inch diameter hail. So it is bad. They took a while to do that, which, you know, you gotta be right sometimes. Jewel, Knuckles, and Webster until 9 p.m. It's moving southeast at 30 miles per hour for 2-inch diameter hail. Let me zoom in here, see if it's... That's mainly in open areas, Mount Clair, Smyrna, Nelson. But that's a whole lot of countryside. Until 8:45. Okay, so we'll save these. Just keeping track of all the warnings. Well, it seems like everything's kind of winding down here. I mean, that one was just warned, but it's going to be in Kansas in the next half hour. And they need the studio for some things. So I'm going to let you guys go. If we see another tornado warning pop up or something like that, I'll start another YouTube stream. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys watching. It seems like it's the same ones over and over again, and I really appreciate you guys. It really means a lot to me that you take time to tune in and see what's going on. So thank you very much. If anything pops back up, I'll let you guys know, and on Twitter and Facebook, and then we'll do another cut in. So bye.